GM just screwed 877,000 V8 truck owners. If you thought modern pickup trucks were built to last, think again, because GM just got caught in one of the biggest V8 disasters in recent history. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has officially launched an investigation into over 877,000 GM trucks and SUVs.
America's favorite vehicle didn't fare too well in recent crash tests. Chevy's Silverado 1500 and GMC's Sierra provided marginal protection for passengers.
After countless reports of catastrophic engine failures. We're talking about lifter issues, excessive oil consumption, and even complete engine seizure. Problems so severe that some engines are literally blowing holes through the block. This means some of the most popular trucks and SUVs on the road, including the Chevy Silverado, GMC Sierra, Chevy Tahoe, Suburban, Yukon, and Cadillac Escalade, could be at serious risk. And the worst part? GM has known about these problems for years and continued selling these trucks anyway. If you own a GM truck with the L87 6.2-liter V8, you might be driving a ticking time bomb. In this video, we'll break down exactly what's going on, why GM's cylinder deactivation system is a major culprit, and why this might be the most screwed truck ever. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Muscle Car Masters for more. Cause and effect. The issue? Bearing failure inside the engine, which can lead to a complete loss of power, engine seizure, or even catastrophic damage where a connecting rod literally punches through the engine block. And here's the worst part. Many owners reported that these failures happened without warning. No strange ticking noises, no drop in performance, just boom, a dead engine. A major factor behind these problems seems to be GM's cylinder deactivation technology, which was originally introduced as active fuel management and later evolved into dynamic fuel management. This system is meant to boost fuel economy by shutting off cylinders when full power isn't needed. But in practice, it's been causing lifter failures, excessive wear, and costly breakdowns. And it's not just the L87 engine suffering. The 6.2-liter V8 has the same issue because it also uses dynamic fuel management, making the problem widespread across GM's modern V8 lineup. To make matters worse, dealers are struggling to source replacement engines, leaving truck owners stranded for weeks or even months. And since these failures can cause a sudden loss of power while driving, the NHTSA stepped in to investigate due to the increased risk of crashes. This is a massive blow for truck owners who rely on these vehicles daily. Repair costs and economic impact. If you're dealing with this lifter failure issue in your GM or Chevy truck, get ready to open your wallet, because fixing it is not cheap. And that's if you catch it early. If your engine completely grenades, then you're looking at a full engine replacement, which could easily cost over 10 grand once you factor in labor and parts. But let's say you start hearing that dreaded ticking noise, the early sign of lifter failure. One breakdown showed exactly what it would cost to repair, whether you take it to a dealer or try to do it yourself. Spoiler alert, labor is the real killer here. At a dealership, the labor alone is a staggering $5,370. That's more than the cost of the parts themselves. The parts, which include a full set of lifters, gaskets, and other necessary components, will run you $2,198. When you add it all up, you're looking at $7,568.90 just to swap out 8 lifters in the engine. And this is assuming everything else is fine. If there's additional damage, like camshaft wear or metal shavings circulating through the engine, costs could skyrocket even more. Not to mention the downtime while you wait for parts, because many GM dealerships are backlogged with these repairs. Some truck owners are opting to tackle this themselves to save on labor costs, but that's not a simple weekend project. Replacing lifters in an L87 or 6.2-liter V8 means tearing deep into the engine, removing the cylinder heads, intake manifold, and a ton of other components just to reach them. If you don't know what you're doing, it's easy to make things worse. So, what's the takeaway? This is a massive, expensive problem, and GM truck owners are paying the price. Literally. The NHTSA investigation is a step in the right direction. But as of now, there's no official recall. History of litigation and customer disappointment. So, here's where things get even more frustrating. They didn't even replace all the lifters, just the ones that absolutely needed it. No full set, no long-term fix, just a quick patch job. And this isn't just some recent issue with GM and Chevy trucks. It's been a known problem for years, with countless owners reporting lifter failures, oil consumption issues, and even full-blown engine failures. In fact, there's been a class action lawsuit over this exact issue for years. Owners have repeatedly sued GM over these defective lifters and the failure-prone AFM and DFM systems, yet GM continues to downplay the severity of the problem. Instead of issuing a full recall or redesigning the lifters for better durability, they have stuck with half measures, leaving many truck owners frustrated and out thousands of dollars in repairs. Here's the part that really stings. When you drop 75 grand, 80 grand, or even 90 grand on a brand new truck, you expect modern engineering and reliability. But that's not what's happening here. Instead of delivering bulletproof engines, GM has been rolling out trucks that are plagued with the same lifter failures, cylinder deactivation problems, and premature wear issues. And instead of stepping up and fixing it, they've kept selling these trucks, knowing full well that these issues exist. This isn't even the first time GM has been caught in a reliability scandal with their engines. Remember the issues with the 5.3-liter V8 and its AFM system? That engine suffered from excessive oil consumption, lifter failures, and catastrophic wear, all tied directly to AFM's design flaws. Customers complained, lawsuits were filed, and yet here we are again with the same problems in newer models. Let's talk about modern technology for a second. You'd think that with all the advancements in engine design, we'd be getting stronger, more reliable V8s. But in reality, it's the opposite. Features like active fuel management and dynamic fuel management, which are supposed to improve fuel economy, are actually causing more wear and tear on critical engine components, especially the lifters. GM continues to push these problematic technologies without fully addressing their long-term effects, leaving truck owners with costly repairs and little recourse. Compare with more reliable cars. Take a look at this. This right here is the last-generation Toyota Tundra, equipped with one of Toyota's most legendary engines, 5.7-liter I-Force 5.8. And let me tell you, this thing was an absolute workhorse. It was the kind of engine that just kept going and going, with owners racking up hundreds of thousands of miles with nothing but basic maintenance. In fact, some owners even hit the 1 million-mile mark with their Tundras. And Toyota was so impressed that they actually bought one of those trucks back, tore it down, and put it on display at their headquarters just to show how ridiculously reliable their V8 engines were.
11 pickup trucks tested by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety produced mixed results. The truck with the lowest rating? Toyota's Tundra.
Here's the sad part. That legendary V8? Gone. Toyota was forced to ditch it, and now, like almost every other automaker, they've moved to smaller turbocharged engines and hybrid powertrains in the name of fuel efficiency. But here's the kicker, is it actually making things better? Not really. See, back in the day, a truck's engine was built to last forever. They were simple, strong, and engineered for durability. But modern tech things like cylinder deactivation, turbochargers, and complex hybrid systems has introduced way more points of failure. Just look at the lifter failures and engine seizures happening in GM's latest V8 trucks. These improvements are making engines more fragile, not more reliable. Now, to be fair, modern trucks are more powerful and fuel-efficient than ever. But at what cost? Reliability is taking a serious hit, and truck owners are paying the price literally. Repairs are more expensive, failures happen sooner, and instead of keeping their trucks for decades, people are now crossing their fingers, hoping nothing major goes wrong before the warranty runs out. But I know what you're thinking. What about Ford? Well, let's talk about the last-gen Ford F-150 with the 5.0 Coyote V8. This engine is a beast, and I'm not just talking about performance. It's known for being one of the most durable and reliable V8s Ford has ever put in their trucks. You won't find any of that twin-turbo nonsense here. The Coyote V8 is naturally aspirated and built for longevity, especially if you do a little bit of preventative maintenance. Sure, you're not going to get the crazy towing capacity of the newer turbo engines, but you'll get something much more valuable: peace of mind. These things are practically bulletproof if you take care of them, and they sound incredible while doing it. And if you really want to go old school, there's always the classic Dodge Ram 1500 with the 5.7-liter Hemi. It's one of the most iconic engines in truck history. You're talking about a full-size truck with that legendary Hemi rumble and enough low-end torque to pull almost anything you need. It's a bit rough around the edges compared to the newer models, but if you're after that raw, unrefined muscle car feel in a truck, the Hemi delivers. The 5.7-liter Hemi has a solid track record for durability too. It's been around for years and doesn't have the same issues as the newer, smaller engines. Plus, it's got that true muscle car spirit running through it, making it perfect for someone who wants a truck that works as hard as it plays. Solutions for GM owners. If you're driving a newer GM vehicle and worried about lifter failures or AFM and DFM issues, here are some key ways to reduce your risk. First, use high-quality engine oil. Don't cut corners. Stick to full synthetic oil that meets Dexos 1 Gen 2 standards or better. Cheap oil can increase friction, accelerate lifter wear, and even cause oil pressure problems. Second, keep a close eye on your AFM and DFM system. These systems are known to cause uneven wear on lifters. Get regular inspections, listen for unusual ticking noises, and don't ignore early warning signs. Third, disable AFM and DFM if possible. Many owners have reported that turning off these systems significantly reduces lifter failures. You can use devices like the Range Technology Disabler or adjust the settings through tuning software like HP Tuners, but check if this affects your warranty before making changes. Additionally, change your oil sooner than GM recommends. While GM suggests oil changes every 7,500 to 10,000 miles, switching to a 4,000 to 5,000 mile interval, especially under heavy driving conditions, can help extend your engine's life. Most importantly, listen to your engine. If you hear a ticking or knocking noise, don't ignore it. That could be the first sign of a failing lifter. Get it checked immediately before it turns into a costly repair. Finally, if your vehicle is still under warranty, see if GM will cover the repair. If it's about to expire, consider an extended warranty or start setting aside a repair fund. Also, keep an eye on class action lawsuits. If GM is forced to take responsibility, you might qualify for compensation or free repairs. Nobody wants to drive around worrying about their engine breaking down. But if you own a modern GM truck or SUV, taking these precautions now can save you major headaches down the road. Now, before you jump into any purchase, remember that trucks, especially the older ones, require a little more TLC in terms of maintenance.
Institute said that older pickup truck designs don't adequately protect front seat passengers.
But if you can find a well-kept one, you're looking at a pickup truck that will last you for many, many years without giving you the headaches that come with all the latest tech-heavy engines. So, don't be fooled by all the flashy new models with their turbochargers and complex fuel-saving systems. Some of them have turned out to be the most screwed truck ever when it comes to reliability. Go for the V8s that have been tested, proven, and have a reputation for durability. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to explore more American muscle cars and trucks on the Muscle Car Masters channel. Remember to subscribe, like, and share.